name is Cieplicki. I was born in Hallworth, New Jersey, and I've been coaching basketball for over 10 years, probably closer to 15 now, and I've been at Rutgers, Newark for 7 years now. So I almost didn't have a choice. My whole family is in basketball. My dad was my high school basketball coach. My uncle was a college basketball coach. My cousin is a college basketball coach, so it just runs in our blood. I knew from the get-go that I wanted to coach more than I wanted to play, so I thought that that was a really cool indicator of I knew my path pretty young. And, you know, I would probably have to say my dad is who I would look up to because I was just around it my whole life. I grew up on the court. Literally, I was in one of those, you put the kids in the thing and it runs around on the court, and I was just doing that while they were practicing, and I didn't know anything else but basketball. One of the most life-changing experiences that ever happened for me was when I was a senior in high school. I played basketball for my dad. He worked in the building, so we played that night and I scored 1,000 points, and he was not happy. We lost the game, but he still didn't say congratulations to me, so my mom was very upset with him. The next day in school, he told me he wasn't feeling well, so he was going to go to the hospital, and I said, do you want me to go with you? And he said, no, I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Just go to practice, go take your pictures, do whatever you need to do. He ends up going to the hospital, and the woman that works at the front desk actually was a player of his mother, so she got him in right away, and he had a heart attack there, which, thank God, that happened. So everything was fine after that. He couldn't coach for a few weeks, and I remember vividly, we had a county game that was very important, and it was kind of down the street from where I lived. And our assistant coach was coaching us at the time because my dad wasn't cleared yet. And as we're playing, we see him staring in the window. And we knew he was there, and he wasn't supposed to be there, but he shortly came back and everything was fine. And, you know, it was a very scary, weird moment. You know, when you're a teenager, you kind of don't understand the severity of it, I think. So I kind of brushed over it more than I should have. But looking back on it now, I realize that, you know, that could have changed my life in so many ways, and thank God that he's fine, and I still get to see him coach and see him every day. I mean, we have a very close relationship, so I'm really, really lucky with that. So right now, I think a big issue in coaching is, are there enough women involved? And I think that right now we are definitely taking the steps to get there. I think we're still a little behind, but I think that it's great for women, young women, to see other women in power positions as a head coach, as an athletic director, as a president of a university, so that when they get to that time in their life and they want to be a coach or a teacher or anything, that they've seen a woman do it and they're comfortable doing it themselves. I'm not saying I don't disagree with men being in coaching. I have, you know, my dad was my coach, and my husband is a women's college basketball coach also. So I obviously think that they're great coaches and they've done a great job where they are. So I'm not saying that men don't need to be in coaching, but I think that having a woman, especially on your staff or just overall around your team, is going to help, especially when we are coaching women. So everything's a challenge. I mean, you can make 14 of your 15 happy and have the one person not happy, and you have to deal with that. There's just a lot of little things across the board, but that's in life too. I think the most rewarding is seeing you guys after college and seeing you succeed, and, you know, being invited to things later on in life, you guys being friends for a lifetime. Those are the things that I kind of focus on, and what I want you guys to get out of the benefit of playing 4 years of college basketball. So there's lessons every single day. You know, you learn them in practice, in games, in the locker room. I'm always learning. I'm always growing. I'm trying to, you know. I try to get stuff from other coaches. I try to get involved with the community, anything. Greatest memories, I think winning the championship was probably the number one. It was an unbelievable ride that we had. Nobody thought we could do it. We were predicted second to last that year, and then we finished first, which is unbelievable. We got to go to the NCAA tournament for the first time as a program. We did stuff that had been done here before. So I think working at Rutgers Newark has its strengths and weaknesses. There are some great things about Rutgers in general. You're getting that degree. It goes very far. It's a really high education. It's super competitive to get in here. Everybody wants to go to Rutgers. I think that we have Division III athletics really helps some people because you can play at the Division I level at New Brunswick. So then if you want to go to Rutgers, you can still play at the D3 level at here or Camden. I think when people hear Newark, they get a little skeptical. Every single person that I brought on campus goes, oh, this is really nice. And I have to say it is. You know, I visited here when I was a student athlete. I couldn't remember anything about it if you had asked me about it, but when I came back to interview here, they took me on a tour and I had no idea half the stuff that was here. And now since I've been here for 7 years, it's grown even more. The area in itself of Newark, I think, is changing by the minute. There are some huge new buildings everywhere. Everything's being redone. Rutgers is buying a lot of new property, so we're just growing and expanding, and I think it's a really fun time to be at Rutgers Newark. And you know, I think the future is just going to be more and more and more, and the city of Newark is really evolving. I think it's almost like trying to turn into like a Hoboken or a Weehawken, and you know, Jersey City, they've really revamped, and I think that that's what they're looking to do in Newark, and it's been really, really fun to watch over the time that I've been here now. So I love my dogs. I have 2 of them. My first one is Stella. She's a bulldog. I've wanted a bulldog my whole life. My dad never let me get one. We never had a dog growing up, so at 30 I finally got to do that. Then we added our second dog, Artie, a rescue during COVID, so that's been interesting because she is a COVID puppy and wild. But it's been really, really fun. We got to do a game for the rescue that we got Artie at, so that was really cool for you guys because you guys all know how much I love my dogs. But other things, I really, really have a passion for suicide awareness. I had a friend that unfortunately took her own life, and just going through that and knowing, especially in this time and what's going on in the world, that it's so predominant mental health, and we need to really, really pay attention to those things. If I can give any advice to college athletes or college students in general, I would say savor every moment of it. I had the best 4 years of my life. I went to Rowan University, and it was unbelievable. I loved every second of it. I loved my teammates. I loved my friends. I loved my professors. I still talk to most of them on a daily basis, so it built me relationships that'll last forever. I think that when you step on the court, you don't realize that that day could be the last day that you step on the court, and people don't take advantage of that. I know I didn't as a player, so as a coach now, I try to reiterate all the things that I didn't do that I regret. And I don't want you guys to regret, my players to regret anything. So I think just savor every moment, savor every experience you guys have together. It's just such an incredible 4 years of your life that you don't get back, and nothing is ever the same after you graduate.